What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to our channel. Tonight we're going to do a video around Universal Hollywood's Halloween Horror Nights. I'm super excited to be here October 6th. I had to stop here. We're between this first and second level, man. What a gorgeous view. This is great too. The weather's nice. It's in, like right now it's in the mid 70s. It's supposed to cool down to the 60s tonight, so it'll be nice and comfortable. This is going to be an amazing night. I'm looking forward to having a lot of fun sharing all the houses with you. There are like 6 houses plus a terror tram ride. There's a lot of really cool scare zones. So we'll share all that with you, and then we'll do a comparison at the end of the night and talk about the comparison between Orlando and Hollywood and which one I liked better at the end of the night. So I'm very much looking forward to sharing that, but I wanted to share this gorgeous view behind us. I mean, you know, I love Orlando, but man, you can't beat this view. The mountains, this beautiful golf course, it's just gorgeous here. So I'll be back and talk to you in just a minute. Over here at Universal Hollywood, right? So first time ever to get over to Hollywood. Been to Universal Orlando many times. Very excited. It's like 4 o'clock. Halloween Horror Nights starts in like 3 hours. We're a little early. We hit some rides. A lot of the same attractions they had at Orlando. They have a couple of cool shirts though. There was they had a Bloomhouse shirt that I really liked. I think I might buy, which was the Bloomhouse. This is the Terror Tram ride this year, so it has Megan, The Purge, Happy Death Day, Black Phones. That's pretty cool. And then they had their version of their shirt, which has all of the rides from here, which are slightly different. I looked at that a second ago too, and I can't remember where I saw it, but they have some cool stuff. So I don't know if this was it here with the different, yeah, so they have the different attractions like the one I'm wearing today, but with the Hollywood ride. So you know, obviously the Dead Exposure is different here, the Weekend's different here, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is different here than the Bloomhouse ride, so it should be pretty cool. Very excited. Let's walk through the Weekend house. I will tell you, when they had this house in Florida like 3 years ago, the Weekend, it was one of my lowest rated houses, and I think this will probably be my lowest rated house tonight. Look, I respect the fact they're doing some really cool like visual things with eyeballs and arms and all these weird body horrors, but it just wasn't very good. There was one part in the house that got me a little bit. There was that scene with the mirrors, and someone came out all in white, and the room was kind of bathed in this light, and that gave me a little bit of a jump scare. But overall, I'm going to give that a 5 out of 10. Yeah, not high expectations, so. Alright guys, so let's talk about Monsters Eternal Bloodline. Very similar to the house in Orlando. I like the set piece on the outside better, like the setting I thought looked cool. I thought it was both better and worse than Orlando. I'll tell you what was better. I thought the story was more cohesive. I thought there was some really good monster effects. I thought there was less Bride of Frankenstein as a protagonist, like fighting monsters. It wasn't like the Wolfman or the Wolf Woman and the Mummy as often. The downside to that, there was a lot of negative space. So you walked through a lot of rooms that were just kind of black curtains, and then you had like a static image of, you know, telling the story with kind of a storybook, which isn't bad, but again, you know, always the rule of thumb is to, you know, show, not tell. And I felt there was a lot of tell in that house. So I think, again, solid. Similar to what I've been doing in Orlando, I'd probably say it's like a 6.5. It was a solid house, just not a great house. So decent, but yeah, not terrible. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface's Legacy House. By far the best we've done so far. It's our third, but I would give that an easy 9 out of 10 for several reasons. Great versions of Leatherface. We had both Nubbins the Hitchhiker and Chop Top, so we had both. We had Grandpa in the house. We had the iconic scene of the slamming steel door with the sledgehammer. What I will tell you, they've done really well here too. This is the one big caveat I'll give them here over Orlando is, instead of the people in the house dressed in like an orange t-shirt, all the people that are there to direct you with like the red wands are in dark robes. So they actually look like they belong in a haunted house, not as an extra piece of the house, which I think is really cool. So awesome house, super well done, super gross in a few areas, like human skin suits, bodies hanging out that were like kind of all decomposed, which was very cool. So all the way across the board, super well done. Best house so far. Alright guys, so the Express Pass also gets you into Super Mario World, and I figured I'd come in and shoot just because it's super cool. I know this isn't really Halloween Horror Nights related, but it is open on Halloween Horror Nights and it's awesome. We're coming tomorrow morning for early entry to go in and actually try all the rides, but this is great. It is really fun. So yeah. What is it? Oh. Let's talk about Dead Exposure, Death Valley. I'm over in Mario Land right now. I shot a little video here too. We did Mario Kart, it was super fun. We wanted to see it at night, but that Dead Exposure house, I would give that probably a 7.5 out of 10. I liked a few things on it. I thought it was unique and fun. I thought, you know, I think about when I was just back over at Canopy Lake and we did that house that was like that radioactive house. It's a very similar design, obviously with the ability to amplify the props. There was a couple of really cool props. Now they had a lot of static props here. I feel like here, more so than Orlando too, they've had more static props. Like they have this kind of primate area, and then a couple of static like monkey, you know, creatures that were, you know, had strobe lights. They were cool. There's nothing wrong with them, but it definitely felt more static than some of the other stuff. But what they did well was the monsters were really cool. And then as you got towards the end, it really got into more of almost like a Return of the Living Dead vibe with like a tar man as the monsters were escaping like the radioactive area, which I thought was very cool. So you went from like primates to guys with their brains exposed to more zombies to like full-on skeleton tar man type monster. I thought was pretty cool. So solid house. Also the house has been pretty long, so that's been pretty cool too. So very fun. We're all done with the downstairs part. So there's an I shouldn't say upstairs, downstairs. A lower level, upper level here in Hollywood. We're down with the lower level. We're just finishing up Mario World, and then we're gonna head upstairs or the upper level and go through and do all of the rides up there. So we're super excited. We still have A Quiet Place. We still have Insidious. We still have Ghostbusters. We have the Terror Tram, and there's one more. So we've got like 4 houses and the tram ride left. So should be pretty fun.
I've been asking myself the same question. Nailed it. I have a new primary user. I didn't want you to see this. I'm working on it. Happens to be boys. They grow up to be bad men. Are you listening to me? Occupational hazard. Are you freaking kidding me? Not again! Are you freaking kidding me? Not again! Are you freaking kidding me? Not again! Would you like to see a magic trick?
Yeah, this is my father's park.
Construction of the bridge, beginning at the south. Please help me purge.
Oh, it's the purge. Oh, God.
Beginning at the siren, fade and all.
That's awesome. Wonder what they're doing with that.
Welcome back aboard the tram, everyone. My name is none of your business. Our driver's name,
That's
not
the
your
horse from
concern.
the...
Looks like you all survived the terror tram. Yeah, well, at least some of you did. Now you can just sit back and relax as we take you back to the park where you can experience the rest of Halloween Horror Nights.
Video for Terror Tram. We were able to shoot all of it, which was really cool. 10 out of 10. You know, me and my buddy Jeff are here, and we were both just talking about it. It was definitely the coolest thing we've done tonight. We still have 4 houses left, and some may show up. I've seen a lot of them in Florida already, so I know what to expect with most of the houses. Actually, I think I've seen all the houses that we have left in Florida already. But the Terror Tram was awesome. You know, we were just so joking. You know, they throw you off the tram, and as soon as they get all the characters from Blumhouse, just like a run, and they just basically come, you know, 30 guys come at you with chainsaws. It's wild. So super well done. By far the most fun thing here. And the biggest difference between the two parks is that Terror Tram, and I think it's the coolest thing I've seen for my Halloween attraction since I did Circus into that VIP attraction where I could do the house by myself. This is probably the second coolest haunted house Halloween attraction I've done, and I really liked it, and we may try to do it one more time because it's still relatively early and the wait line wasn't crazy, so really, really cool. 10 out of 10. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. It's this is Halloween. It's this. It's Thriller. All right, guys, let's talk about Ghostbusters Frozen Kingdom. So we saw it in Orlando, and it was okay. I liked it. I wasn't blown away. This version was much better. I thought it was more cohesive. A lot of the same set pieces, but I just felt like it came together better. And I don't know what they're doing here. Well, there's a couple things. One is they're not giving you a hard time if you want to shoot video and photos here, which is kind of cool. In the house, it's like, no one's giving me a hard time. I'm shooting stuff as I'm going in. If you guys remember the Orlando video, I was getting yelled at all the time and shut my camera off. So that also makes a big difference. But, the Ghostbusters stuff here, I think it felt more cohesive. I think the ride was, the house itself was really cool. Sorry, I'm in a bad light there. The Ecto one was cool. Even the set piece and the setting on the outside of the house, I think, looked cooler in this version of it. The monsters are really present in the house. There was a couple of really cool scare pieces. I don't remember in Florida seeing Gozer. Seeing Gozer there was cool. Slimer at the end. Man, but whatever's going on tonight, every single ride or house at Universal Hollywood is designed to get me wet. They're shooting water at me for some reason. So it's pretty crazy. But that one was pretty good. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10 here. I don't remember what I gave it in Orlando, but I definitely liked it better here than I did in Orlando. I thought it just, again, came together a lot better.
Wherever you may be, this song is for you.
Insidious, Beyond the Further. Solid house, good scary house. Kind of like how I felt about it. Again, I hate to keep going back to it because I'm going to do that as a comparison later on. But I thought it was good. I thought the monsters were good. I actually thought it flowed a little better than it did when I saw it previously. I would still give it like an 8 out of 10. I didn't love it. Quiet Place here I liked a lot more. I liked it a lot when I saw it in Florida. I really liked it here. I give it a 9 out of 10. It was one of my favorite houses there too. Way more monsters here, like way more in-depth monsters. The special effects are great. The reason it's not a 10 out of 10, I feel like they didn't do a good job at the beginning, especially for keeping it quiet. There's a lot of music, a lot of background noise. Where I think again before, if you could have kept it more quiet, more to the theme of the house, it would have been better. The actors did a great job, but the monsters in that house were excellent.
See. Bones, bones, bones. Una vez terminado el juego.
Just finished our last house of the night, and that was the Monstros 2, that Latin American house. I like the story. I like the monsters. It's really creepy. There's a real. It's also like really going after like kids in the village, which I always think is super creepy. I thought it was well done. Really cool set pieces. Great monsters. Really fun, scary, big monster head at the end, which again I dig. I think it's cool. You get that one real big giant set piece. It's very cool. So I enjoyed the heck out of it. I give it probably a 7.5. I thought it was a very solid house. As I go back and I think of the best houses of the night for me, it was pretty straightforward. Terror Tram, 10 out of 10. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 9 out of 10. Both were excellent. I enjoyed them very much. As I think about the third house, it's probably a little more challenging. I liked A Quiet Place quite a bit. I would probably go A Quiet Place as my third favorite house of the night. I thought it was very good. I thought, the weakest house by far was the Weekend house. I did enjoy that one a ton. But we're going to try to find this Chucky experience, then we'll wrap up and kind of give you our final review. Let's wrap up our Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Studios. Let me hit on the positives and the negatives of the night. So overall, the houses were very fun. I talked about my top 3 favorite. I would say overall, I give the houses like a good solid 7.5 out of 10. I thought they were very good. We didn't really dive into the specialty food too much. I did have a couple of things here. I had a sandwich at the Jurassic Park Cafe, which was really good. I had the butterbeer ice cream, which I get like once a year at Halloween Horror Nights. I didn't get any in Orlando, and that was excellent. Merchandise was very good. I bought my wife the little Boo shoulder piece that came on. Like, this was sold out in Orlando, you couldn't get it. They have a ton here, so that was very cool. The Terror Tram ride is a game changer here. It's a weird layout with the upper and lower part. It's very different than Orlando, but it's still very good. It's something I would absolutely recommend. I would say, again, overall, I'd say from the experience, $259, but 8 houses, the ride. We did the Chucky experience, which was pretty fun. And a couple of decent scare zones. Not a lot of scare zones, so like scare zones I can't really give it a huge number for, but I'd say overall I give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's a really good attraction. At $259 it is pretty expensive, and I actually think if you could come to one of the nights that maybe are a little less crowded, you could potentially do this house without an express pass, which I would not say in Orlando. So yeah, would I recommend it? Absolutely. Had a ton of fun. They let us record They let us record in the houses, which is cool. They actually changed with the folks who were dressed in the houses, which was great because it made it seem more seamless. So really nice job. Had a great time. If you haven't done so far, please hit that like and subscribe. We have a few more videos coming up. We'll talk soon.